vibers. I am Mindy and I'm living intentionally. So, it's been a long time since I even really heard my voice or sat up straight. This is weird. I saw a video on YouTube and it was explaining about there's dark empaths, and I really connected to it, and I had some stuff that I shared. I mean, I saw it and I was like, oh, me, but past me. It's like I've healed from that and I have an understanding about it, but it just made a lot of sense to me. Like, I know people personally that are obviously empath, but they're still evil, and I'm just like, what? And now I realize there's having a cognitive awareness, and when I was dark triad, I was able to sense people's emotions, but I was not swimming in them myself, like I can see what color that is, but I'm not becoming that color, if that makes sense. And I don't know that it does, because that's not what I have written down, and I should just stick to what I have written down, because I'm terribly tangential. Tangential? What is that word? Because it's tangential? No, because then it's just gentle, and that sounds weird. Tangential? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's so not important. I go on tangents, off topic, and I have a limited resource in my mouth. Like I said, this is weird. I've just been in my sick bed for since Sunday, and it's Thursday now. So my voice. Okay, so let's see. I saw the video. I said, okay, I'm better understanding how someone I know is an empath. Okay. So applying this information to my own life, I recognize that I'm an empath, and I was abused, which is probably how and why I became a dark triad empath. And I completely understand having merely cognitive awareness of human emotions without experiencing them. That was me. I was a self-proclaimed energy vampire. Withdrawal from my food source pained me like any addiction does, but my physical body has been in steady decline, along with that decision to not feed on energy or do blood magic anymore. So again, really basically, I'm gonna restate that, I guess. When I was feeling that I was aligned with evil and darkness, and was feeding on humans' energy, manipulating and just being an awful person overall, I was in the best health of my life. And then when I decided, hey, I don't want to be evil anymore, I'm just done with it. I've just done it to death, and it's just not even interesting anymore, that's when my health declined, my physical health declined, and the decision to not be an evil person anymore, and that turning point, are just such a sharp angle. There's such a sharp angle, because it's I made the decision and really worked at it, don't be a bad person, don't be a bad person, don't be a bad person. And it was only a couple of years of that, in which my intention was to reform myself, that I met someone who just awoke love in me. What is this? I care for this person. not as a human pet, not as a sex toy. Like, it was like, oh, so like that kind of that coincided with my halting the ritualistic blood magic practices that I was engaging in, dark magic. Like, I wasn't a good person. Like, I'm not ever gonna tell you that I was a good person. like for real, I'm gonna sit in front of you and be like, oh no, I'm the devil. I'm a demon. like, I'm in the process of reform and like trying to integrate my like percent of humanity that makes me able to be human appearing here now, but like, nah, bruh, like, I'm a demon. And so your health declining once you realign with good, that seems like punishment for being good instead of evil, right? Like, yeah, that's what it feels like. And that's like what that's what energies, entities, like organizations are going to have you thinking and believing, because, oh well, like, if you want to feel good you have to be bad, then that just gets you, back to the dark side. But my being accustomed to getting energy in a dark way, I think, is not very unlike changing my eating habits and forcing healthy options upon myself, which I had to do because I was like dying. Like that's not an exaggeration. I had absolutely no choice but to completely change my diet, like fast and hard. And at first that was like really awful, and I didn't like it. I wasn't happy about it. But over time my body adjusted to this new way of eating, and now I enjoy and even crave healthy food when I once just ran on sugar and caffeine, basically. I just sugar and caffeine and junk food. Like, if it was boxed and you could make it in 2 minutes, I was all about that. Like, if it was like frozen, packaged, I mean, like, just like considering the amount of soy I was consuming, like, just mindlessly, because I didn't look at labels of food. Like, I was like, food is food. Oh, not true though. Most food is not food. So yeah. So too have I adjusted my response to negative energies. I default love and light now, and even though negativity was always a poison to me, even when I felt fed and full and healthy and vibrant and powerful, even though that's how I was feeling, being in and of the dark, feeding on negativity, having dark empath triad, dark triad, even though that was feeling good, that was always a poison to me. Like, the way that the universe works is you get out what you put in. And this is all just a mirror, and the energy you throw at the mirror, it's like you're just throwing it at yourself. Like, that's all you can do. You can only affect and impact yourself in this holographic reality that we share. Like, it's a very confusing, complicated thing, and it's best not to think too hard about your own self-inception. Lest you lose your ever-loving mind, dolls. But it didn't feel like poison. It felt good. But looking at my life, and like the misfortune that found me, like, I brought all of that on myself. And indeed, and in fact, it really came as no surprise when I discovered I had cancer. That was the energy that that's the energy that I was putting out into the universe. So it made sense that came back to have repercussions on my physical being, because I was a energetic cancer myself, and fully cognizant of it also. So even though negativity always was a poison to me, it only now feels like a poison when I'm in or around or participating in uh, my energy vampire aspect, I guess you could say. And that's because my soul has found a new way to feed that provides actual nourishment instead of power. If all you know is poison, then it's a lot easier to keep choosing poison. But once you introduce nourishment, if all you know is poison, the dark, the evil, and you introduce nourishment, the love and light, it's a lot harder to go back to living on poison. And this is so true of like just speaking very surface through third dimensional plane. I can hardly enjoy a Chips Ahoy cookie now. Like, it feels like I'm eating particle board. It's like being ripped out of the Matrix. Like Cypher, remember, he's like he can't enjoy right, like he can't enjoy a steak anymore. Like he has the awareness that it's not real. So that's, yeah, I just like I shouldn't have should not have uttered anything about the Matrix. That's such a trigger for whatever goes on in me. I don't know if it's like a dissociative identity disorder shift that's trying to happen, but I like it just feels like my whole brain just like do like shuts down when I talk about certain things having to do with the evolution of human consciousness and how you can participate actively right now today in bringing about peace and unity on earth and improving your day-to-day existence and living a more happy and healthful life. And so I was just trying to say like that, like eating healthy food, like I can't go back to just like living on junk food. Even if my body could tolerate it, I don't enjoy it anymore. And just like being evil, like now that I'm good and like now that I can access love and light, like I don't really have a desire to participate in negativity so much. But one of the things that I wanted to say is that because my body has readjusted and reacclimated to the energies of love and light, to the healthy, organic, whole foods, any amount of toxicity, negativity, negative news, media, drama, toxic people, junk food, garbage, junk food, preservatives, dairy, meat, like any of that, like has a much more noticeable deleterious effect on my well-being. And so this video, you see that? This video kind of like made me like look at my life and like where am I inviting darkness in? Like what am I participating in that is polluting the return of my benevolent requests of manifestation, like that got out of control very quickly. I don't know how to communicate to the human anymore. What was I saying? Now I don't even know what I'm saying. Nope. What was I talking about? Is this? Because negative. Because I don't really. Okay. Because I don't really pay much attention to the news. I keep wanting to engage in media. Oh, okay, this is something that I wanted to say. I used to really enjoy horror movies, suspense, not like intense like body gore, like stuff like that, but it really didn't bother me and I didn't feel fazed by it. And now I do, and I feel that I have this new vulnerability, which I do not like. And so I keep poking at it. I'm like, well, maybe I can watch this movie that like shouldn't have any kind of effect on me, like if like it wouldn't have before. When I was evil, it wouldn't have before, and now it does, and I don't want it to. So I keep like exposing myself to those things, but no, like it just, that is of the dark, like participating in those things in so much as paying attention to it. And that's what I mean by participating in. I mean paying attention to. What you pay attention to decides your reality. So it's like really important to monitor that and to limit that. And there's times that I go so far as to like, I don't think like I can be friends with anybody who eats meat. Like I can't have that influence in my life. And that's not to say that like people who don't eat meat are all good, but like I just I'm just really sensitive to the influences of negativity on my personal reality. And okay, and so, and it's not like I'm infallible or perfect about it either. And that's what I wanted to say also, is that I mess up, and it's because I mess up that I like I keep gaining like greater awareness and like new ways to not mess up in the future. Like it's an addiction. The food is an addiction. It is addictive chemicals masquerading as food. It is not nutrition. And I fell off the wagon. I had dairy. And so like it fully makes sense that I've had a headache since Sunday, and it's now Thursday. Because I made a wrong choice. So like I'm paying for it, and I understand that, and I get that, and it's so weird. It's so weird, like this cognitive dissonance that happens where it's like, I fully well know, like now, like right now, I'm like suffering from eating the dairy, that like if I eat the dairy, I'm gonna feel bad. But like once it's like a week out, and I haven't had a headache of dairy for about a week, then I'm like, oh yeah, dairy, yeah, okay, just a little bit of dairy, it won't hurt me too much, right? Oh, I'll have a little headache, like it'll give me a headache, it causes inflammation, and I won't be able to sing for a while because the mucus thickens, and like, and I make these justifications, and like making these justifications is the behavior of an addict. That is addict behavior. Like, and doing that in my life where like I recognize toxicity, and I'm like steering into that. It's like that is, you can be addicted to the energies also. So I don't know. That's all. I guess that's all I have to say. Um, I don't know that any of that has made sense now, and I feel like really self-conscious about it. I'm all sweaty under my pits. Um, but yeah, it was good to be present in a video for a change. I haven't been on here for a long time, and I know it's not like as succinct as it should be, probably for easy digest, but I thank you all for watching, for subscribing. If you dig my vibes, subscribe. Love and light. Bye bye.